Welcome to the Cristo Rey Network College Fair. We're so excited to have you participating in this event. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. Each will have 6 minutes to share more about their institution, but we'll be around for the entire session to answer questions. My name is Raina, and I will be your facilitator. Before we get started, we have a few housekeeping items. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to check out the schedule on the website. This presentation is being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/Cristo-Rey. I'd now like to turn it over to our first presenter, Grinnell College.
Thank you so much. Here I'm getting my screen shared so I can show you some photos of campus. So my name is Emma Opoka-Arma. I'm an admission counselor here at Grinnell College. I'm also an alum of the college, and I'm excited to share just a few details with you. So first of all, I guess I just want to say, we are a small liberal arts school located right here in the center of the state of Iowa. When I say small, oh gosh, my screen is not progressing slides. So you might be stuck on this photo. When I say small, though, I really do mean small. I want to make that clear. We are located in a small, more rural town here in Iowa. It's just about 10,000 people who live in our town. And then we have about 1,700 undergraduate students who attend our school. So I think that is pretty meaningful to the kind of community that we're creating here. It's a close-knit community environment. You get to know your peers really well. You get to know your faculty mentors also really well. I always say you can't escape bumping into them kind of all over town, all over campus. So I do think our students really lean into that more personal relationship that you can develop. But here, as you see up on the screen, even though we're a small school in a small, more rural location, our community is really diverse, really cosmopolitan. Only about 7% of our students come from our home state of Iowa. And then we have about 20% international students, and the other kind of 73-ish% come from across the country here in the US. So I think that really impacts the way that we form community with each other when the vast majority of folks are really coming from out of context, out of your element, out of state, even out of country. I think it makes it a little bit easier to engage across that difference. And we really see that here in our community. In terms of academics, I think we have so much in common with our small liberal arts school peers. These numbers that you see up on the screen right now represent that. Small class sizes, small student to faculty ratio. We're undergraduate only, so we don't have teaching assistants. All your classes are taught by faculty. Something that's a little bit different here at Grinnell is our curriculum setup. We have an open style curriculum, so there's no core curriculum, no gen ed requirements that you must take to graduate. Overall, there's only one course that all of our students take and must take to graduate, and that's sort of a first-year seminar kind of class, getting you acclimated to our environment. Other than that, you explore a range of courses that are interesting to you from day one, and we have you declare your major, your focus. We don't have you do that until the end of your second year, so you have a lot of time to explore academically. Otherwise, I want to share just a few funding priorities with you. We at Grinnell are really fortunate to have a $3 billion endowment, which is a lot for 1,700 undergraduate students. I just want to tell you a little bit about how we spend that money. So on the front end, it's really important to us, to really commit to accessibility of an education here. So we put a lot of money towards financial aid and scholarships. We have a need blind policy of admission for domestic students. And then we meet 100% of demonstrated need. And we have a no loan policy as well. So we will meet your full demonstrated need without any sort of loan expectation. We're really fortunate, like I said, to be able to commit to those policies. And so I'm glad with that we can. We also put a lot of money towards travel opportunities for students. We want to get you out there in the world, bring you back so that you can share the experiences that you've had with your classmates. Research is a really big thing for us at Grinnell. every student does research in the classroom, but we have some options for really deep research experience where you can even propose your own research ideas and work one-on-one with a faculty member to really engage in, an individually structured research, either course or research internship that might take place over the summer. Lots of different options. So I just wanted to put that out there as well. And then finally, I would say the other thing that I really want to share with you is just how we help you plan for post-graduation. We put a lot of resources into helping you translate that liberal arts experience that you're having here at Grinnell, that really sort of broad foundation academically, that sort of idea of, using multiple different lenses to look at the world. We want to help you translate that into a meaningful career for yourself. So we have a really well-resourced office that starts working with you right away in your first year, help you figure out some different opportunities outside of the classroom that are just going to be beneficial to you as you prepare for your future, and what's next after you graduate. That looks like a lot of different things for different students. And I think really the key is that we structure opportunities in such a way that we really do work with you one-on-one to figure out what's going to be the best path, what are going to be the best opportunities for you, again, as you're figuring out how to plan for your future. All right, I know I have just about maybe 30 seconds left. So with that time, I really want to go ahead and put my contact information in the chat here. I also see that I might have some questions coming in. I'll be answering them via typing while others are presenting, but let me go ahead and drop my email address in here. If you have any questions about Grinnell, please go ahead and just let me know. I'm always happy to talk more. If I can't answer your question, I will sure find somebody else who will. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Next up, we have Buena Vista University. Oh, Buena Vista, I think you're still on mute. Oh, I'm gonna go back. Yep.
There we go.
There you go.
But my name is Janelle Martin. I am the assistant director at Buena Vista University. Go ahead and push present there. Buena Vista University is a small private school on the banks of Storm Lake. So Storm Lake is actually a 3,200 acre lake. And we're literally right there. You can see it in the pictures. We have about 800 students on campus. So it's a small campus, which means if you want a personalized experience where you know almost everyone on campus and your professors know you by name, this could be a really great opportunity for you. Our average class size is only 20 students, and our biggest classroom only fits up to 70 students. The biggest class I've ever heard of is only 38 students. So you'll never be in a huge auditorium full of students. But we also have lots of internship opportunities, and most of our majors will start you off in internships or other types of experiences outside the classroom as early as your freshman year, and most of them your sophomore year. We also have 53 different clubs and organizations and 21 different NCAA D3 sports teams, including women's wrestling that we just added this year. And we also have students from 31 different states and 10 different countries on campus. And a fun fact is part of our campus is actually underground. So all that green space that you saw, moving back, I can go back. I can only go forward. There we go. You can see this green space here on campus. All of that is the underground area that we call the forum. So it's nice in the wintertime when it gets cold here in Iowa. If you live in two of our residence halls called Pierce White, that actually connects to all those different things underground. So you don't have to go outside in the cold as much as some other students who live about a block away in our other housing. But from end to end of campus, if you walk slow, it only takes you a max of about 6 to 10 minutes across campus. So you'll never have to walk 20 minutes or anything like that from where you live. But moving on, lots of things to get involved in. Like I said, lots of clubs and organizations. They could be based on your major or your interests as they're listed there, or maybe you want to get into intramural sports, more outdoor rec. Because we have the lake right there, we also have an outdoor rec house where you can check out canoes, kayaks, and paddle boards, as well as many other different athletic pieces of equipment. It's just like checking out a library book. You check it out and return it, and there's no cost to you. But we also have marching band, pep band, choir. Our students study abroad and do lots of internships. We also have an endowment where our students can actually apply for extra funding to go on those different types of experiences, especially if cost is something that's important to students. It's important that we cover those expenses. Okay, I'm sure you're wondering about academics at BVU. We have 4 different schools on campus. The first school is a School of Science. So you can see some of our majors listed there. Some important features on campus are we have a cadaver lab, so bodies donated to science that our students get to work on starting their 2nd year on campus. And then we also have all different kinds of high-tech labs on campus. You can see our lab with the rats there, where students get to do research if they would like to do that, and then other features as well. We also have a UR Med program where our students actually get to shadow doctors in whatever area or capacity they would like to in our local hospitals. Which is really great if you want to go on to grad school, because you can talk to someone who's gone through all of that after BVU. Our next school is the School of Education. We actually produce the 3rd largest number of educators in the entire state of Iowa. So it's definitely a large program for us. But our educators actually start their student teaching and shadowing their freshman year on campus, and you have at least 3 different experiences within your 4-year degree. And then we also, in case you're wondering if you can get licensed out of state, we do license students for out of the state of Iowa as well, in case you're from out of state. We also have a School of Business. So you can see some of our majors there. Some interesting areas, especially with our entrepreneurial students, is they get to go to an entrepreneurial conference in Okoboji, Iowa, so another lake town as well. But then we also have what's called the Foundry, which is just a couple of blocks from campus in BV's downtown, or Storm Lake's downtown, where you can connect to local entrepreneurs on campus as well. And our accounting majors, fun fact, actually always double major in some other area of business. And then we also have liberal arts on campus, so a variety of different majors there as well. Criminology and criminal justice is definitely a big one on campus, as well as digital media. Within the criminal justice track, we have a whole criminal justice center as well on campus, where you can actually create crime scenes and then students solve the crime scene. So you have fake blood, fingerprints, all of that stuff. And our local law enforcement actually uses our criminal justice center for their practice work before they actually go out in the field as well. And we have crime scene simulators as well. It's over 800 different simulations and high-tech, state-of-the-art digital media and communications rooms as well, where with recording studios and the like. One thing that's not necessarily at school on campus is our Institute for Agriculture. So as you can see here, our majors kind of go into all the different schools. We have all those different programs, plus an ag experiment farm 6 minutes from campus, rodeo, which is also scholarshiped, and livestock showing as well. And some interesting facts about BV and next steps. Application is totally free at BV, and it's open for seniors. Juniors, it will open July 1st in this summer. We're ACT, SAT optional, so we do not require them if you don't plan to take it. We have no foreign language requirements. And if you visit campus, either virtually or on campus, you earn an extra $1,000 per year just by doing that. And then by getting accepted, 100% of our students get scholarships at BVU. So you can see here what your GPA would need to be to receive what scholarship, and those are per year scholarships. And then FAFSA, we also have other scholarships, including out-of-state scholarships and many more that you can see there that you can add on top. And I encourage you that if you are interested, apply, or you can reach out to me there, and I will go ahead and put my contact information into the chat. Thank you.
Great. Next up, we have Loras College.
Let's see if this will work for me. Amazing. Awesome. Well, hello. It's not going to cooperate with me, but hello, my name is Kat Angelini with Loras College, also an alumna of Loras College, graduated in the class of 2017. Loras College is a small liberal arts school located in Dubuque, Iowa. We have about 1,500 students on campus, and we are actually one of Iowa's oldest colleges, founded in 1839, with over 40 different majors and minors available to our students. Extracurricular involvement is very important to us at Loras. So we want to make sure you're getting involved in as many things as you can while you're on campus with us. So besides our majors and our sports programs, we also have over 80 different clubs and organizations that you can join as a student. So we want to make sure that you're getting involved in as much as you can while you are on campus with us. So we are divided out in 2 different semesters with a J-term class in the middle. J-term or January term is a 3-week-long course that is required for 2 years while you're at Loras. Most students end up taking 4 years of J-term. It's a way for you to kind of take classes that are outside of your major or helps you get gen eds under your belt. It's also a really great time for students to study abroad. So we do international study abroad and domestic study abroad opportunities all built into J-term. When you're at Loras College, we want you to become someone. Our faculty and staff are going to be there to support you every single day in the classroom, outside of the classroom. We're very hands-on and involved. We have a 12-to-1 student to staff ratio, and we have a saying on campus called "Do Hawks supporting Do Hawks," and we see that and live that every day. You have an academic advisor on campus at all times. That's your one person who you can go to that will help you register for classes, make sure that you're getting involved. If you need help with a different professor, things like that, group projects, you can go to that person. That professor, actually, you will meet your first day on campus at orientation, and they'll kind of be with you throughout the whole entire process. We are a laptop school, so upon attending Loras College, you do receive a laptop from us for a small fee built into tuition. You keep that laptop for 2 years, you get a new one as a junior, and then you return it at the end of your senior year. We have a help desk on campus that will be able to take care of all of your technology needs and make sure that everything is working properly and you're able to use all the different projector screens on campus. One place that I like to talk about is our Center for Experiential Learning. They're around to help you what happens post-college, so after you graduate from Loras. They do resume building and cover letters. They do mock interviews, really preparing you for life after Loras. They're also in charge for internships. Most of our majors and programs require you to take some type of internship opportunity. And with our wide variety of different alumni interests and different fields that they're in, you can intern just about anywhere. We send people back to Chicago. It kind of depends what your interests are. One really cool thing, we had about 4 students intern at the Field of Dreams baseball game this summer in Dyersville, Iowa. That's about 20 minutes away from campus. So we're super proud of that. The Alumni Connections, like I was mentioning, they come on campus. You actually can see one of our alumni on this interview panel in the ACC, doing mock interviews and helping out former or current students. Study abroad, you're able to study abroad on a semester basis or in that J-term like I've talked about. They'll help make sure that you'll get all the credit hours you need and that your program transfers over. So our Center for Experiential Learning staff is really on top of it. All right, so at Loras College, our sticker price for this year is about $45,000, but 100% of our students receive financial aid in some type of capacity. You receive an award based on acceptance, solely based on your GPA, and we're completely test blind. Then we can move into FAFSA and need-based awards and different scholarship programs, varying from religious organizations to first-generation scholarships to honors programs and various other things for like STEM programs. It kind of depends on all your different interests. We have music scholarships. We have something for everybody here at Loras. All right, so what's next? You can actually apply right now to Loras College if you're a current senior. Juniors, you're more than welcome to come visit us, but we'll talk about the admissions process next year for you. I will also put my contact info in the chat if it wants to work for me. And we can go from there. But thank you so much for this time. I really appreciate it, and I'll be around for any questions.
Thank you, Loras College. Next up, we have St. Olaf College.
Great, thank you, Raina. I'll pull up my presentation here. Welcome, everyone. My name is Roy Katie Kimball. I'm the Assistant Dean of Admissions at St. Olaf College, serving students from Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio. Each of our deans has a different region in the United States. To talk a little bit about St. Olaf today, we are a small liberal arts college, but on the larger side of that category, with about 3,000 students coming from over 95 different countries in all 50 United States. Northfield, Minnesota is a beautiful river town located in southern Minnesota, about 45 minutes south of the major metropolitan area of Minneapolis and St. Paul. Because we have 3,000 students, we have more academic majors than you might find at your typical small liberal arts school. So we have all your classic college majors like biology, history, studio art. But we also have a lot of pre-professional programs that you would usually find at a bigger school. We have a great nursing program, social work, business management, pre-engineering, and a lot of things that are more certification-based through our Career Center. If you're interested in taking either a semester or a J-term abroad, we are the #2 college for the percent of our students who study abroad, and your financial aid and scholarships will directly transfer to our over 100 different study abroad programs in 41 different countries. We're also a very fine arts oriented college, one of only 3 in the country that are accredited in art, dance, theater, and music. And about 1/3 of our students, regardless of major, participate in our over 20 musical ensembles. You may have heard of the Christmas Festival. It's a nationally televised Christmas concert that takes place on PBS every December, and that is a staple of the St. Olaf experience as well. You should be prepared to live on campus at St. Olaf. Almost everyone will live on campus all 4 years. We have a really great dining hall, about 16 different stations to choose from, and everybody eats at the same place. Students, staff, and faculty are all invited to be in community with each other. You'll often see professors having a meal after a class period with multiple students, or maybe a choir section having dinner after a rehearsal or something like that. Another benefit of having 3,000 students is we can support over 200 different clubs and organizations, whether you want to be politically active, active in your cultural community, pick up a new hobby, or continue with a passion that you've had throughout your high school years. It's really important to remember that these 4 years are not only for you to get an education, you're still living your life as well, and that balance is very important. Also, it's important to engage your body as well as your mind, whatever that means to you. There are many opportunities to engage in club sports, intramurals, or our D3 varsity athletic teams. St. Olaf really focuses on making sure that you're getting the best investment out of your college experience. We have a very high 4-year graduation rate, and almost all of our students are employed or in grad school right after graduating from St. Olaf. You don't have to compete with graduate students, so that's master's and doctoral students, to get internship or research opportunities. So almost all of our students will have those. We have almost a little bit over $500,000 of funding used every year so that students can be paid for their summer internship opportunities to be able to afford groceries and housing, whether you're in Minnesota, anywhere around the Midwest, or even nationally and internationally as well. Our application rounds, we have 4 different rounds for our students. I would say that you can talk to your individual admissions dean at St. Olaf about strategizing around these things. We provide financial support for all of our students, demonstrated need through both the FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid, and the CSS profile will allow us to see how we can make St. Olaf an affordable option for you and for your family. Almost all students will receive financial aid, so we recommend that all families, regardless of income, at least apply for financial aid. It'll come through merit scholarships, grants from the federal government, grants from the institution itself, And then we do have loans and a family contribution that is based on your family income. But almost every student gets those scholarships. And there's also the opportunity to work on campus if you want to supplement that tuition. You can reach out to me. My email is down in the bottom right corner. As you can see, it's a really beautiful campus to come and visit as well. We have visit programs that happen Monday through Saturday, and often the best time to visit is while students are in session. So in the fall or the spring, between September and May, we would love to have you. If you need to connect to an individual faculty member or a coach, we also have personalized visit options for you there. After my presentation is over, I will share some more information from other deans in the chat. Thank you so much.
Thank you, St. Olaf College. Next up, we have the University of St. Thomas joining us. The University of St. Thomas, I think you're still muted.
Perfect. How about now?
That's great. If you want to
All right.
go back to your
Sorry.
first, that's okay. Go back to your first slide.
All right. Again, my name is Christine Barnhouse, and I'm a senior admissions counselor at the University of St. Thomas. And we are the largest of the private universities in Minnesota. We have about 6,000 undergraduate students, and our students are coming from all over the world, all over the country. And this year we're up to about 26% students of color. Now we're located in the Twin Cities area. We have a main campus in St. Paul, Minnesota, and that's our main campus for housing and athletic facilities, as well as most of our undergraduate programs. But then we also have a campus in downtown Minneapolis. It's about 15 minutes away. We have a free shuttle that connects back and forth, and students are able to head downtown, whether for a class or just for a fun night out, whether you want to go to see a baseball game or go see a play or go out to dinner. And then our third campus actually is in Rome, Italy. We have about 100 different study abroad programs, and 3 of those actually are at our Rome Bernardi campus. Now, academically, we have about 150 different majors and minors to choose from. And our largest programs would be our Opus College of Business, our pre-health professions. There's a lot of interest in engineering, psychology, our communications program. So a lot to choose from. And then students also do participate in our core curriculum. As a liberal arts university, students are going to be taking more than just their major courses, but fine arts and theology, philosophy, history, science, et cetera, et cetera. There's a full core that our students are participating in. And our average class size is just 19. So not too big, not too small, really able to get to know your classmates and your professors. And the professors teach 100% of our courses. So you're really able to get to know them and have that personalized attention in your classroom. Now, outside of the classroom, we have a wide variety of ways that students are getting involved. We have about 150 different student clubs and organizations. That could be a major related club, a volunteering club, a faith-based club, or just a fun social rock climbing club, swing dancing club, etc. We also are Division I for athletics. This is our second season at D1. We have 21 varsity teams. Then there is going to be club and intramural sports available as well. And students are also finding ways to get involved through their faith. We also have a lot of ways to get involved through all of our different diversity and inclusion clubs and organizations on campus. And then living on campus is a big part of the experience as well. We do have a 2-year residency requirement, so all of our first and second year students are living on campus. Our first years are also taking part in either a living learning community or a theme-based learning community as part of our first year experience. And an added bonus is that all of our first year residence halls have been renovated or built brand new over the last few years. So everything has kind of gotten a facelift, which is really exciting. In terms of life after graduation, about 97% of our students are employed or starting grad school within 6 months of leaving St. Thomas. Having all sorts of Minnesota's top 100 companies, about 85 of them within 15 minutes of us, is super helpful. We have a really vibrant, lively alumni network that love to support our current students. And then we also have a career development center on campus, and that's free for life for our alumni. So I've gone back and had my cover letter and resume reviewed, so that's been super helpful. All of those things is how we add up to that 97%. Now, in terms of admissions and the financial aid side of things, St. Thomas has 2 application timelines. The first is early action, which is applying by November 1st of your senior year. We also have regular decision, which is when you're applying by January 15th of senior year. Neither of them are locking you in and you're not committed to us. You have until May 1st to make a final decision, and you can apply for free on our website or using the Common App. And we are test optional, so that is something to keep in mind as you're going through your application process as well. In terms of financial aid, all of our students are automatically considered for a merit scholarship upon their admission. And so keep up the good work. Those merit scholarships are yours for all 4 years. We also recommend filing the FAFSA, as well as applying for any local or St. Thomas departmental scholarships as well. And all of those pieces added together really are able to drop our sticker price down to a more affordable cost. Now, we do have a variety of visit options. We would love to have you on campus. You can meet with your admissions counselor or with a professor, sit in on a class, take a tour, come to an admitted student event, especially in the spring of your senior year. All of those are great ways for you to learn that much more about us. And if you do have any questions, each of you do have your own admissions counselor. There are 13 of us that work with all of our incoming first-year students. So I'll drop my contact information in the chat, but you also are welcome to contact your admissions counselor through this QR code as well. Now, thanks so much for having me, everyone. I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. And our final presenter will be Depaul University.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ashley Hardy, and I am the Assistant Vice President for Admission and Dean of Admission at Depaul University. Thank you all for being here, and I am excited to tell you a little bit about our university. Depaul, we are located in Greencastle, Indiana, which is about 45 minutes west of Indianapolis, which is our capital city in Indiana, and about 3.5 hours away from Chicago. We are a 100% residential campus, meaning that all of our students have to live on campus throughout their 4 years at Depaul. And we consider on campus to be anything the university owns. So that can be residence halls, houses, apartments. And then at Depaul, we do have a large amount of students that are involved in Greek life at the university. So we have a lot of students who live in their Greek house, so with their fraternity or sorority. We are a liberal arts institution. And what that means for us is that we really place an emphasis on hands-on learning. So a lot of our students participate in research, internships, activities, things that are going to help them really shape their college experience and grow outside the classroom. And then we produce well-rounded students. So our students take courses in a variety of different areas. At Depaul, we have a College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, a School of Business and Leadership, and then also a music program. Our most popular programs are economics, computer science, communication, psychology, and biochemistry. We have a large amount of students that are interested in the medical field, and we have great success in terms of producing students who go on to medical school. About 90% of our students that apply to medical school are admitted. We also see a lot of our students interested in law school as well, and about 80% of our students that apply to law school are admitted there. Our School of Business and Leadership is new, and we are launching that for fall 2023. DePaul, we've always produced great business leaders, and so now we are formalizing that. So economics will continue to be a popular major, but we're already seeing a lot of students who are applying right now who are interested in business analytics and finance. For our School of Music, we actually have one of the oldest schools of music in the country. And at DePaul, we have a couple of different pathways that students can go into music. So one of those pathways would be for students that know that they want to become professional musicians and are really interested in honing in on their craft. We have degrees for that. We also have degrees for students who are really passionate about music, who want to keep continuing on, but maybe not at a professional level, and students who may have an interest in another academic area. So we offer the opportunity for students to study music and other things as well. And we do offer scholarships for both music and non-music majors. Our honors and fellows programs are one of the things that make DePaul unique. When we're talking to students and they're looking at us in other institutions, the honors and fellows programs are a lot of time what sets us apart from other schools. So for these programs, they allow students with specific interests to take a deeper dive. So these students are exposed to the liberal arts a little bit more. They have the opportunity also to specialize in certain areas and do semester-long internships off campus as well. One of the things that I would want everyone to take away from tonight is just at DePaul, we really focus on giving our students access. So one of the things that our students experience coming in is we have a really robust first year experience program where students take a first year seminar. They're assigned a faculty mentor, as well as a faculty advisor. And that faculty who teaches them in that first year seminar course is their advisor and sees them in class 3 times a week and is able to work with the students. They also have a first year mentor who's an upperclassman student who helps them kind of navigate DePaul socially. A large majority of our students participate in research and internships, and we have partnerships with different organizations all across the globe and are able to really set our students up for success. And then we have a very strong alumni network. Our alumni are a part of our current students' experience. So whether that's job shadowing, networking, meeting with students, offering them internships, alumni are present on campus. For our application process at DePaul, we have 3 different ways that students can apply. We have our own application, the Common App, and the Coalition app. DePaul continues to remain test optional, so if students are interested in submitting SAT or ACT scores, they can do so, and we offer a holistic review. We would love to talk to you more about DePaul and see you on campus, so if you have any questions, feel free to contact us. Thanks.
I'd like to ask all of our presenters to join me on video and answer the following question. What advice would you give someone going through the college search process? And we will start with Grinnell College.
Oh gosh, I would say really think about a wide net at the beginning, try a lot of different types of schools. You might have in your mind like what you really think you're looking for, but once you visit campus, whether in person or virtually, you might feel a little bit differently. And I would say, especially to really double down on all the interactions that you can have with current students along the way, whether in person or virtually. Many of us who work in the profession are alums and can tell you about our experience, but you're going to get the most authentic sense of what it's like to be a current student now by talking to current students.
And Buena Vista University.
I would say definitely try to get in contact with your admissions counselor. If you have any questions, we're here to help you no matter what, even if it's something just about the college process in general, or you want to compare two schools. We're here to answer all of those questions, so don't be shy. That's our jobs and we enjoy what we do, so we like when you have questions. And that includes with your families too. If your families have questions, they should feel free to reach out to us too directly, and we can help with those things. So that's my biggest piece of advice, I think, with college.
Loras College.
I would say ask as many questions as you can. We're here to answer all those questions, but you'll probably like, this is the strangest question I've heard, and we've probably heard it about 10 different times. So don't be scared to ask questions, but make sure you get those questions answered, because if you're not asking them, you might not know the answer. So.
St. Olaf's College.
I would say never rule a college out just because you're underneath the median statistics. The median is the middle of the road, and we have many great students from across the academic and rigor spectrum.
And the University of St. Thomas.
I would echo everything that's been said, but also just encouraging visiting campuses. I feel like the first visit at a school is really about figuring out, do I want to apply here? And then a second visit, especially once you're admitted, is really able to say, can I see myself here? Does this feel like home for the next 4 years?
Depaul University.
I always encourage students to really examine statistics that are given to them by colleges. So for example, a lot of institutions, when talking about graduation rates, will talk about their 5 or 6 year rates because maybe their 4-year rates aren't as strong. So really, when you're given those statistics, ask additional questions and make sure that you're getting the right information.
Thank you. Now, our question is, what's one thing you want students to remember about your school? And again, we will start with Grinnell College.
Awesome. So I think that this probably is relevant to the other schools that are here today as well. But I would say, just when you're thinking about cost, just please don't be scared by the sticker price, especially like private colleges. It can be really astronomical, but many of us are really dedicated to access. Financial aid packages can be really significant, merit scholarship as well. So just keep that in mind, right? Actual cost versus sticker price. And then with Grinnell, like, we really try to cultivate a culture of, experiential equity here. So on the front end, financial aid and scholarships, but also just thinking about all of our resources and opportunities. Are they really truly accessible to all of our students? So we think about funding like internship funding, paying you to take an internship that is unpaid so you can still have that experience, having your financial aid go with you when you study abroad, things like that. I think there are a lot of us that are really trying to cut down on the hidden costs of education. So ask some of those specific questions of the schools that you're applying to, but just remember, just because the sticker price is high doesn't mean that it's really out of your range or your capacity.
Buena Vista University.
And also, I would say don't rule out small schools, because some students think that the big school is the right place for them, and they come to a smaller school and like, oh, actually, this feels like home. So you never know. So I always say, recommend going to a bunch of different types of universities and not just one specific type. And BVU is a small university. So if you want that attention from your professors who know you by name, and you're not just a number, that's definitely what you would get at BV. But the nice thing too is that even though we're in a small town in Northwest Iowa, it's about 13,000 people, it's extremely diverse. So our public high school here in town speaks between 20 to 30 different languages and dialects. So if you want that diversity of a big city in a small town where it's safe, this could be a really great fit for you.
Hey, Loras College, what's one thing you want students to remember?
I think the one thing I would like students to remember is our student to staff ratio. At Loras College, it's about 12-1. So we really have that strong hands-on learning environment. As I mentioned, Duhawks supporting Duhawks is a saying that we have here on campus. Our professors support you on and off the athletic field in your clubs and organizations. So really want to make sure that we're hitting the point. 12-1 student to staff ratio, hands-on learning environment.
St. Olaf College.
I would say with St. Olaf, thinking about the opportunity to complete research and internships as an undergrad and really connect to that academic experience outside of the classroom.
University of St. Thomas.
I would like you to remember that even though we're the largest of the private universities, we're still able to offer a really personal experience. You're always able to really get to know your faculty, your fellow students, and really find your people and your home here.
And Depaul University.
Yes, I would like you to know that although we love our students, we do not want them here more than 4 years. So our goal is really to get our students in and get them a robust experience where they're doing research, internships, they are participating maybe in our NCAA Division III athletics, they're doing study abroad, and really doing those things to build up their resume so that once they do graduate in 4 years, they have the opportunity to go out and get jobs and they're prepared for a lifetime of careers.
Great, that's our time. Thank you for joining us. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 5-question survey. We'd really appreciate any feedback you can provide. We encourage you to check back on the schedule and sign up for more sessions today, including sessions coming up this Saturday. You'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other sessions recordings at strivescan.com/Cristo-Rey. Thank you.